The Detroit Red Wings have not made the postseason in damn near a decade, and they have been irrelevant for the entirety of the 2020 so far. So today I am taking over as the general manager. I'm bringing them back to relevancy, and I am bringing them back to the dynasty days in Detroit. We got Henrik Zetterberg, Lucas Raymond, and Gordie Howe on our top line. 95 overall Gordie. That man is going to cook. Larkin alongside DeBrincat and Rasmussen. We got JVR with Andrew Copp and JT Compher. Not the greatest third line if we're being honest. And then to round out the forward core, we got Soderblom, Casper, and Mason Appleton. Defensively, a prime Nick Lidstrom alongside Mo Seider. 95 overall, 88 for Sizzy. We got Nicholas Kronwall, one of the greatest hitters of all time. Probably going to throw up Simone Edvinsson alongside him. That is a monster D pairing, considering the fact that Simone Edvinsson is 6'6". That dude is a monster. And then in goal, we are going back in time to pick up Chris Osgood at an 86, and of course, John Gibson will remain as the backup goaltender. The roster has been completely overhauled, and now it is my job to go ahead and finally win the Red Wings another Stanley Cup. Not just win them a Stanley Cup, but get them back in the postseason. It's been a decade. I gotta get these guys back in the postseason, starting with Alex DeBrincat, 27 years old. He's got 2 years left on his contract. There is a guy that I want to go after that I am willing to give up Cat for, and he is none other than Cole Caufield, 24 years old. He's locked up long-term on a 6-year contract. 1-for-1 that is not going to go through, so we're going to have to sweeten the deal a little bit. Let me throw in a 3rd and a 4th round draft pick to the Montreal Canadiens, and bang, there it is, the first trade of the video. It's a done deal. Cole Caufield is a member of the Detroit Red Wings. We're not dead anymore. I wanted to pick him up to throw him on our top line, or maybe even the second line. I mean, Cole Caufield is going to be better long-term than Alex DeBrincat. He's younger. He's the same overall. Actually, he's a better overall already. And he's locked up long-term. Dylan Larkin, this is the guy I'm unsure about. He's not going to be the captain of this roster. If I can find a better centerman to replace him, you bet your butter. You bet your butter? You bet your ass I'm going to find another player that I can replace Dylan Larkin with. We got 2 young prospects in the form of Danielson and Dower Nilsson. What a goddamn name. I'm going to try giving both of these guys up and a few draft picks. Maybe a 5th and a 6th rounder into the trade. Detroit would be over the maximum salary cap. Where's Andrew Cock at? Who the hell gave this man the contract that he got? $5.4 million. Luckily, he only has 2 more seasons left. He's an 82 overall, 31 years of age. We are going to throw that man into the trade, and yeah, the Senators are totally unwilling. Fair play, they would have got completely fleeced by this deal. I don't think. Maybe if I throw in like a 2nd or a 3rd, it could potentially go in. I don't really want to give up all my seconds, but for Drake Batherson, a 2027 2nd round pick, throw it into the package, and it is a done deal. We will see you out on the ice. I have completely forgotten the fact that Axel Sandin Pellikka will be starting probably next season. The man's only a 71 overall, despite the fact that he literally is playing in the National Hockey League this season. He is going to have to wait a season for this video. We got Gustafsson at an 83. Our D-core is looking nice, but now our Docker's only 25. They're not a lot of contracts that are unmovable on this team. Nick Lidstrom, I mean, the dude is making $8.9 million for the next 4 seasons at a 95. That is a bargain deal. I don't think I'm going to make any moves goaltending wise. We're going to leave it with Chris Osgood, 86 overall. He's 26 years old. Little bit of an upgrade over Cam Talbot and John Gibson. Tage Thompson is the guy that has literally no value in this video game, despite being very, very good. A 2030 first round pick, Dylan Larkin for Tage Thompson straight up, and I am happy to accept this proposal on the behalf of Buffalo. They just got fleeced. I feel bad for Sabres fans. I really do. This team has been an absolute dump over the last 15 seasons, and it looks like it just got worse. We are going to go Caufield, Thompson, and Howe on our top line, 89, 90, and 95. Raymond, Zetterberg, and Rasmussen. The bottom 6 does need a little bit of work, but I mean, overall, it's not too bad. Chemistry-wise, we don't really fit. Throw up Batherson on the 2nd line, and you got yourself a damn good forward core here in Detroit. Defensively, we got Lidstrom with Seider, Edvinsson and Kronwall, and the Bernard Docker alongside Ben Sherratt, and in goal, an 86 overall, 5'10" Chris Osgood. I need you to carry us to a cup. We are going to go with Nick Lidstrom as our captain. Also, completely forgot to turn off retired jerseys. Gordie Howe is going to be our assistant, and we got Zetterberg as our other alternate captain. Gordie Howe is going to wear the number 11, and we got Nick Lidstrom wearing the number 2. Times are tough here in Detroit. Contract-wise, I think everybody is locked up. Patrick Kane has 1 year left on his contract. I don't know if I want to bring him back. Simone Edvinsson, that is the guy we need to lock up long-term. We want to have this guy for a long time. He does not want to extend a long-term contract. 5.6 is his asking price right now. Let me see. I am going to fully bank on Simone Edvinsson, $6 million over the next 5 seasons with a no-movement clause in year 5. You better goddamn accept. Goaltending-wise, both of our goalies are locked up, and I think Simone Edvinsson is the only guy that we do have to lock up long-term. Hopefully he accepts the offer, and we can move forward here in season number 1. Todd McClellan, the reinforcements have arrived. The season goal is to compete for the Stanley Cup, bring the Detroit Red Wings back to relevancy. It's been damn near a decade since they made the postseason. For an original 6 team, that's tough. Luckily, GM Pasta has taken over, and luckily, Simone Edvinsson has re-signed with this roster long-term. We are set up to be a dynasty. Let's see how we do in the very first season that GM Pasta has here in Detroit. The Red Wings are set up. I've brought back a bunch of legends that should help out this roster. We should be a damn good team in year number 1. If we don't simulate well, I will be very concerned. 17-5-5 to start the season. It seems like the Red Wings are in mid-season form. These guys are dominating. Howe, Lidstrom, Zetterberg, Nicholas Kronwall is probably banging bodies out there, and GM Past in the press box is enjoying every second of it as I try to bring Detroit back to a dynasty. As we enter the trade deadline, we are 33-19-10, but unfortunately, this goddamn Atlantic Division is so insanely tough. We're 4th right now. We're not in a wild card spot. We might end up there by the end of the season, though. Is there anybody at the trade deadline I could potentially add to this roster to put us over the top and maybe win the Stanley Cup in year 1? Oh my god. Why is Dorofeyev available? Pavel Dorofeyev is the guy. If we can bring a sniper like him into this roster, that would just go ahead and put us over the top. Without even giving up anything outside of draft picks, I'll give them a 2026 first-round draft pick right off rip. Not going to go through. What if I add a 2nd and a 3rd into the trade package? Still rejected. I believe I need to add a little bit more value. I don't want to give up any roster players. Pavel Dorofeyev, welcome to Detroit. It is a done deal. I have no idea what the Golden Knights were thinking. They straight up gave me Dorofeyev for basically peanuts. A sniper, a young guy. He does need to be re-signed, but luckily, I'm the guy to get that contract done. We got to move down Drake Batherson as Dorofeyev, Zetterberg, and Caufield have a +5 on the second line, and then we got a +5 between Howe, Thompson, and Raymond. That top 6 is nasty. Let me see if I can get this man signed. He does not want an extension. He wants $8.5 million, so this is going to have to wait until the re-sign phase. Pavel Dorofeyev, he wants to get paid. A solid record to end the season, 45-26-11, 101 points. 3rd in the Atlantic, so that does mean I believe we play Florida or maybe Boston. Actually, I think we do play the Panthers. Rips in the chat. The Tampa Bay Lightning were the best team in the regular season with 58 wins. The Rangers had 53. Boston was up there. Detroit in the top 7 in the National Hockey League. Are we living in 2015? The Red Wings are back, baby. Gordie Howe is going to lead our roster offensively with 89 points. Tage Thompson didn't even have a 40-goal season. Kind of surprised by that. The man had 38 and 81. Nick Lidstrom had 71 on the back end. I mean, he is the 2nd greatest defenseman of all time for a reason. And then Chris Osgood between the pipes, a .918 save percentage, 4 shutouts, and 31 wins. That man got it done. Connor McDavid is going to lead the way, the most points at 123, and he's tied for the most goals at 53. Alongside Nikita Kucherov, we don't have a single guy up here. Overall, though, the goal scoring was a bit low compared to years prior. I'm sure the longer we go, the more ridiculous stat lines we are going to see. On the point side, though, Leon Draisaitl had 114. Braden Point was up there. Kucherov, I mean, the Lightning always produce. Jake Gensel had 96. Adam Fox, a comeback season indeed. That man had 10 goals and 61 points last season. Bump it up to 19 and 96. Potentially his 2nd Norris on the way. That is a very real possibility after a season like that. And goaltending-wise, Andrei Vasilevsky dominated. 44 wins, the most in the NHL. And Peter Mrazek on the San Jose Sharks is going to have the most shutouts at 8. What alternate reality are we currently living in? We got 2 original 6 teams going at it. The Red Wings up against the Bruins in the very first round. Pasternak is going to be by far and away the best player in the series, although Nick Lidstrom is a 95. Zach is down the middle. Caufield, Casey Middlestat. The rest of the forward core doesn't look that great. Defensively, though, they do have McAvoy, Zadorov, Lindholm's an 86. Not the worst D-core of all time. And then Jeremy Swayman is a very solid starting goaltender. So this potentially could be a tough series for the Red Wings. Let's get it done. The Red Wings have been playing great so far. We got a 2-2 series tie after the first 4 games. And now in game number 6 in Detroit, we have the opportunity to move on and get our very first playoff series win in over a decade. First period, 1-0 lead. Thank you, Tage Thompson. Second period, 2-1. Thompson is going off. I knew that man simulated well. A massive third up against the Bruins. We only have a 1-goal advantage. Obviously, Chris Osgood is not like a 90-plus overall netminder, and there it is. Hampus Lindholm ties the game up at 2 on Osgood. We have 5 minutes remaining in the third, and Henrik Zetterberg will give us the lead. The Red Wings are just under 2 minutes away from potentially advancing to the second round of the postseason. We got a 1-goal lead, late stages of the third. Thank you, Henrik Zetterberg. 2008 Conn Smythe winner. O'Sider with a weird-ass backhander from the blue line. Raymond just killed that clock, brother. We got 51 seconds to play. Lidstrom. No, Nick Lidstrom with a brutal turnover, and it's Nikita Zadorov the other way. What the fuck? There is no way Nikita Zadorov just did that. I mean, what did I just witness? 6'6" Nikita Zadorov had 3 Red Wings on his tail, one of them being Lucas Raymond, and you're telling me nobody could catch up to him? Lidstrom with the turnover. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth, and then literally nobody caught up to Nikita Zadorov. I literally cannot believe my eyes. Mo Seider passed it off to Nick Lidstrom, tried to get a shot on net, and he just ran into Zadorov. Why was Zadorov at the blue line covering a defender? He was literally out of position, and the man got rewarded with a breakaway. Straight line speed, I mean 6'6", don't mean shit. He pounded it in the back of the net. I thought we were going to have an easy final minute, but the Boston Bruins had other things in store. It is a tie game with 40 seconds to go. Zetterberg, he's into the zone. He's going to wire one on net. Swayman makes the save, though. 34 seconds remain. We might honestly have overtime on our hands. McAvoy over to Pavel Zacha. Zacha's going to take his time. Let's go full pressure, full attack here. We got to get on those boys, and we got to get on them hard. Pause. Go, please. Yes. Is that Cole Caufield? Caufield. In the middle, he got absolutely plastered to the glass like a bug on a windshield, and we have 10 seconds remaining. It is an icing on the play. Thought about pulling my goaltender, but I do not have the balls for that. I'll be honest. 11 seconds remaining. That's enough time for Boston to get up the ice and potentially score a goal. Thompson back to the blue line. Lidstrom wires one, but Swayman will make the save, and I will pull my goaltender. I'm taking a risk at 5 seconds left. 5.2 is the magic number, and we have 6 on 5 for the final 5 seconds. Thompson snaps it back. Mo Seider off the shin pads. Batherson, you got 1 second, and Swayman will make the save. We are headed to OT. Welcome to playoff overtime. Here we are. We basically play until somebody scores, as the Red Wings probably already should have won the game, but we blew it up in the final minute. Gave a breakaway to a goddamn defenseman. Gordie Howe into the zone. Gordie Howe trying to absolutely bulldoze his way in, and there it is. Lucas Raymond, second of the series, will send the Red Wings off to round number 2. After a little bit of a shaky end, the Red Wings do get it done in OT, all thanks to Gordie taking the body. Tage Thompson, beautiful pass, cross creaser backdoor, and Lucas Raymond will put it home. I cannot believe it. The Buffalo Sabres have not only made the postseason, but they won a playoff series. It is a round 2 matchup. I gotta be honest, I don't really know how they made the postseason. Obviously, Dylan Larkin at an 89 overall isn't bad. The man had 40 goals and 93 points. Him getting traded was the best thing for his career. He had a vengeance in him for the entire season, and he had a brand new career high. Now he's going to play the Red Wings in the second round. You know that man wants this victory more than anything else. Dahlin, 92 overall. He's fantastic alongside Owen Power. They got Bowen Byram, and then Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is their starting netminder at an 84. The Buffalo Sabres, the poverty of all poverty hockey teams, and somehow they're in the second round. I don't believe it. Luckily, the Red Wings are fully dominant. We are up 3-0 on the verge of sweeping them as we enter game number 5. The Red Wings are 1 win away from making it back to the conference finals. First period, 2-0 lead. Casper and Caufield. Second period, okay. okay. Buffalo's going to cut it in half. Alexander Tuck on Chris Osgood, and all of a sudden, it is a hockey game here in the third period, but Ben Sherratt from the blue line, extending our lead to 2 on Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and then Rasmussen chips in. Zucker makes it a 2-goal game, but the Detroit, oh my god, never mind. Zach Benson makes it a 1-goal affair. All of a sudden, we are shitting bricks back here. 3 minutes remaining in the third period. Late stages of the third, and the Red Wings are trying to hold on. We got a 1-goal advantage with 1 minute remaining in the third period. I need Chris Osgood to play like mid-2000s Chris Osgood right now. At an 86 overall, that man has to be locked in. Otherwise, it might be a very tough end to this hockey game. Gordie Howe leading this roster, 15 points already in the postseason. A Conn Smythe run on the horizon, maybe. We're going to end up losing the draw. The puck squirts free. Come on, Ben Sherratt trying to get that puck out. That's Lidstrom. Never mind. He just got banged. Oh, no. Alex Tuck in the middle, and there it is. Yuri Kulik will tie the game up. That is his 4th of the playoff run so far, and the Buffalo Sabres trying to stay alive here in game number 5 on the road, and they tie the game up. Well, we know it's not going to be easy. The Buffalo Sabres have fought back. Dylan Larkin leading that team based on rage and hatred for the Detroit Red Wings. He was the captain of the roster. He got traded, obviously, for TNT, and that guy wants his revenge. Here come the Red Wings the other way. Gordie Howe is into the zone. Howe absolutely destroyed that guy. Otherwise, oh my god. Didn't really matter though, considering we lost the puck. Rasmus Dahlin, he's into the zone, turning it over, and here come the Red Wings the other way. Is that Mo Seider? Mo Seider's into the zone. Mo Sizzy waiting behind the net, walking out in front, and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is forced to cover that puck up. We got Zetterberg, Dorofeyev, and Caufield out there on the ice with 15 seconds to play. Kronwall cross ice to Caufield, and Cole Caufield is turning that puck over. The cock is not working. Bowen Byram moves it over. Kulik, Yuri Kulik trying to grab another goal in the hockey game, but we are headed to overtime. Overtime here in game number 5 with a conference final berth on the line. The Red Wings are 1 shot, 1 goal away from doing so. Let's see if we can get it done, man. Nick Lidstrom is getting pounded out here, dude. That is the 2nd greatest defenseman of all time, looking like a child out there on the ice. Oh no, Kulik again. Nice block shot by Mo. Here come the Red Wings. We got a counterattack the other way. Tage Thompson to the outside, finding Gordie. Oh my god, Gordie Howe, we're not playing in the 30s anymore, brother. You got to move that puck quickly and efficiently. Dylan Larkin takes his shot, please. Anybody but Larkin. We do not need him winning this hockey game. Seider, you got to turn back. He goes D to Lidstrom, all the way up to Raymond. Raymond's going to take his time. He can't get it in deep. A horrible turnover. Is Dylan Larkin? He is. He's wearing the number 69 right now. An absolute troll number. Here comes Larkin the other way. Dylan, he's into the zone, getting bodied by his former teammate in Mo Seider. You love to see it. Tage Thompson over to Raymond. Raymond's into the zone. Oh, what kind of a fucking saucer pass is that, dude? The Red Wings right now look like a peewee hockey team. It is honestly embarrassing. 12:40 left to play. Here come the Sabres. Tuck, he goes cross ice, and that is offside on the play. It's so hilarious how EA hasn't programmed the computers to know what offside is. Not like it's a pivotal point of hockey, anything of that sort, but yet the computer AI, absolute clueless when it comes to the blue line. They just go over it so easily. Caufield getting bodied off that puck by Dahlin. Josh Norris on the counterattack. Here come the Sabres. Ryan McLeod's into the zone. To the outside, he's protecting that puck in the middle. Norris can't take a shot. Here we go. Cole Caufield the other way. Pass that puck, Caufield. You got a back checker on your ass right now, dude. Get that shot on net. 9:25 remaining here in overtime. Zach Benson over to Bowen Byram. Up to McLeod. He's got some room. McLeod in, and a save by Chris Osgood. Chris Osgood has been playing damn good hockey so far in the playoff run. Although he did give up that game-tying goal. Caufield in, and Caufield can't even get a shot on net. That is tragic. Here comes Peyton Krebs. Krebs gonna dump that in deep, and it's out of play. It is like Comedy Central watching the computer AI go back and forth, man. It's honestly hilarious. If you don't take it too serious, it's funny as shit. Dorofeyev, what are you doing, buddy? Oh my god, you never get old. Nothing gets old is what I should say when you're watching the computer AI. No, don't! What a save by Osgood! In the slot, a pizza up the middle. And Chris Osgood saving our bacon right now. Turnover. Come on, Zetterberg. Where's that 2008 Cup run, buddy? Where's that one shift? We need that one shift right now. Uh-oh. Josh Doan, son of Shane. 3:15 remaining here in overtime. We are going to have to wait until American Thanksgiving to get an OT winner. Mason Appleton. Oh, my God. You guys realize you don't have to slap shot the puck in if you want to dump it. Jack Quinn. Cross ice. Norris. Oh! over Quinn, rebound, and there it is. The Buffalo Sabres have forced a game number 6. A beautiful rebound and a perfect goal for Josh Norris, the $7 million man? I think that's what he's making. And the Red Wings fail to close out the series yet again. You know, I can honestly say I was having fun, but that is all changed. Game 6 on the road in Buffalo. First period. Oh, for fuck's sake. We're down 4-1. As if it couldn't get any worse. A 4-1 deficit entering the third period. The Red Wings are cooked, man. We got to go to a game 7. Luckily, it's on home ice, but obviously it didn't go our way the last time. Gordie Howe gets one on the power play, makes it a 2-goal hockey game halfway through the third period. It is not going to matter. The Sabres were down 3-0 and have crawled their way back. Game 7, here we go. Red Wings against the Sabres. Oh my God. EA can't even hide their bias right now. Down 3-0 after the first period. Krebs, Tuck, and Benson. Second period, it's a 5-2 lead entering the third. Are you kidding me? We were leading 3-0 in the series, and all of a sudden, Dylan Larkin and the fucking voodoo took over, and these guys are going to crawl all the way back, and they're going to beat our ass in Game 7. Straight up belt to ass in Game 7. Unbelievable. Shots are even. The score definitely is not. As the Buffalo Sabres, they are moving on. Absolute blasphemy. We were up 3-0 in the series, and then we proceed to lose 3 in a row. Back-to-back overtime losses as well. Bringing back the Red Wings legends didn't even matter. Gordie Howe led our squad, though. 3 goals, 17 points. Tage Thompson had 11 goals in 13 games. I still do not regret trading for that man. He was a very solid piece for this hockey team. I have a feeling that this is only the beginning. We are only going to get better from here on out, and Chris Osgood. We might need a better starting goaltender. An .898 save percentage, 3 goals against per game, a 7-4-2 record, but still, you got to have at least a 900 save percentage. Otherwise, it's going to be tough to win a Stanley Cup. All right, I've had enough. The shirt is coming off. Tarps off, boys. It is getting very serious now in the GM mode. I'm not taking that disrespect. What just happened cannot happen. Shout out to the Dallas Stars. They finally got it done. They obviously did not have to play Edmonton, and there it is, a Stanley Cup to the resume. They actually beat the Florida Panthers on a 3-peat. Very impressive. Braden Point is going to win the Ted Lindsay and the Hart Trophy. Art Ross and Maurice Richard will go to McDavid. Fox is going to win the Norris. Demidov the Calder. Rope hints the Conn Smythe. Not faking injury. Andrei Vasilevsky the Vezina, and the Selke will go to Anze Kopitar. All right, I've had enough. Is there any more extensions I need to do? I don't think. Actually, Dorofeyev, right? What does he want? He wanted like $10 million. 8.5. Okay. His asking price has gone down. We can definitely make this work. Dorofeyev is going to be a long-time Red Wing. The New Jersey Devils are going to win the draft lottery, which means they will get Gavin McKenna. Chicago, y'all were so close. I don't think anybody retired on our roster. All the older legends are like 27 years old. I believe that's their base age once you re-add them to the game. Even though Gordie Howe has not been alive for like a decade at this point. The man is 27 years old and is going to be around for a long time. Mr. Hockey is here to stay. NHL draft time. We are going to be selecting 55th overall. We do not have our first round draft pick. I traded it away, and we didn't even get a Stanley Cup. All right, let's make some trades. I got to shed some salary. We got to re-sign Pavel Dorofeyev, bring that mutt back. JT Compher at 4.9. This guy is out the door. Anaheim, actually, they have a ton of salary cap space available, so I'm going to go Compher for a second-round pick, and it is a done deal. No bargaining needed. John Gibson makes $6.2 million. I did not even know. That man is getting heavily paid. 85 overall. He's not even our starting goaltender. Get him out the door as well. I'm not going after any goalie that actually makes a lot of money. We need a safe salary to make this team better. I'm going to bring in Devin Levi. Actually, I can probably snag a second round pick from Buffalo. Maybe. It might have to be a third rounder. I'm going to try to throw in a second into the trade. Rejected. What if I add a draft pick of my own? How about a 5th and a 7th instead? And then we just go out with 3 second round picks. It is a done deal. Devin Levi, the newest backup goalie of the Red Wings. Can somebody explain to me who gave Ben Sherratt a $4.5 million contract? Not a bad defenseman, but definitely not worth that price tag. I'm going to be sending that man out the door for a third round pick. Actually, that's not going to go through. Even though Ben Sherratt's contract expires shortly, we do not feel it is the right move. Okay. We might have some trouble trying to move off of this guy. And I get a third round draft pick? Probably not. Unless I want to add in some of my own draft picks into the trade. There we go. Now, we don't have a first rounder, but we do have a lot of second round draft picks, which is good. Kovasari, defensive defenseman, elite medium potential. He's NHL ready in 5 5 seasons. You think I'm going to be the GM in 5 years? Y'all are crazy. We could take Troy Patton. The man has elite medium potential. Maybe he's our most scouted player, NHL ready in 5 seasons also, though. I think we got to go with one of these guys. It's going to be tough, but let me go ahead and let me take the Finnish defenseman. Medium elite potential at a 58 overall. That is not bad. I think we got to go with Patton, the good old Canadian boy. The Detroit Red Wings top 9 medium. Not a great pick. The problem with this draft class is there's no gems available, so I can't just go ahead and snag guys that I know are going to turn out very good. What about Weiss? Hybrid goaltender, medium elite potential, maybe NHL ready in 5 seasons. Pretty much everybody here is going to be NHL ready within 5 years. So we'll go with Wes. I have no idea what country he's from, and I didn't even get to see what his potential was. I love when EA does not show me what potential the man has. Fringe starting goaltender with medium potential. Overall, pretty satisfied with a year number 1 draft. Now, moving off the salary cap that I did at the NHL draft, we should now be able to re-sign Dorofeyev. The guy wants 8.1. I don't know how I feel about that. We could give him like a modified no movement and modified no trade and lower the AAV. 5-year contract does kind of seem perfect, I'm not gonna lie. So let me go 7.5 over the next 5 seasons for Pavel Dorofeyev. We got to pay Patty Kane some respect. Re-sign that man, the greatest American-born player of all time, give him a no movement clause and lower the AAV. We are going to go 4.95 on a 1-year contract for Patty Kane, and hopefully the man will re-sign. JVR, I'm going to let walk. Gustafson, no thank you. Goaltending-wise, everybody's locked up. We got Levi and Osgood as our goaltending tandem moving forward. Sebastian Casa, though, elite low potential. He's 23 years old. Let me qualify the guy. If somebody wants to take him, they're going to have to give up some draft picks. Welcome back, Showtime. He's returning, and Pavel Dorofeyev has also accepted my offer. Listen, Todd McClellan might not be that guy. We got guys like Chris Knobloch and John Cooper available right now. And Patrick Waugh, actually, what am I saying? Patrick Waugh has never been a good NHL head coach. But the other 2 guys definitely have been, so maybe we go after one of them. We have fired Todd McClellan, and we're going to try to bring in John Cooper, the man of all mans, the best NHL head coach right now available, and I'm going to try to grab him. 9.9 mil over the next 4 seasons. There is no way that man declines. Unrestricted free agency. We got guys like Adrian Kempe, Alex Tuch. I'm not taking him. That dude regresses so incredibly quickly. Rasmus Anderson wouldn't be bad, although he does want a lot of money. We only have like 4 mil to spend, so we don't have that much. Charlie Coyle, 85 overall, 34 years of age. He wants a low contract at 3.2 over the next 2 seasons. I will gladly give him that deal. This man, Vladimir Tarasenko, has to be out of his mind. 6.4? I mean, the dude is an 86 overall, but that is a lot of money for a washed up sniper. I don't think anybody is going to be giving him that contract. Well, we got totally snaked by John Cooper. He decided to sign with the Calgary Flames instead. Are we serious? We locked up Charlie Coyle on a 2-year contract. I guess Chris Knobloch is going to be our backup option. The Tampa Bay Lightning are interested. I think we have a better roster that is set up to win literally next season. 9.9 mil, 4-year deal. This guy better accept. There we go. We signed our head coach, Chris Knobloch, behind the bench, and Eric Johnson also is going to join our team on the back end on a league minimum contract, as we are set up to win for year number 2. I'm not going to lie, this team is absolutely loaded. We got Howe, Thompson, Caufield, a great top line. Raymond will play alongside Zetterberg and Dorofeyev. Then we got an 86, 86, and 87 as our 3rd line. Coyle is going to be a 4th line center between Rasmussen and Soderblom. I got too much talent I don't even know what to do with. Defensively, we're definitely not as good. We do have Lidstrom and Sider. Nick Lidstrom up to a 96 overall now. Edvinson will play alongside Cronwall, and then we got Eric Johnson with Johansson, and an 88 overall starting goaltender is not bad. Devin Levi in a few seasons might honestly become our starter, but at the moment right now it is Osgood. We are ready to win right now. Is there anybody that needs a contract extension? Marco Kasper, the man has grown up to an 87 overall. He wants 6.8 over the next 4 seasons. What if we go 5 years? We give him a no movement clause. We get an extra season in there. Lower the AAV a little bit. 6.4, 5 years, no movement clause in year 5. That should be an easy contract to accept. Drake Batherson, another guy that we do got to get back, although we're going to have to really lower the contract because I don't think we have a lot of extension dollars available. Only 10.6. Whoever accepts first. I mean, actually, never mind. We got to wait and see that Marco Kasper decides to re-sign before we get back Drake Batherson. This team is good enough to compete for the cup. I 100% agree, Chris Knobloch, and that is the goal of the season. And there we go. Marco Kasper is locked up long term here in Detroit. I gotta be honest, I don't really know if I want to give Drake Batherson that extension. We do got to get back Devin Levi also. He wants 6'2". Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work for him. But a guy like Devin Levi, we can 100% get back. He only wants a 1-year contract. We go 3 years with a no movement clause. He wants 2. 2 years is the sweet spot. 1.7 over the next 2 seasons. Bang, he accepted on the spot. There is literally no possible way that we re-sign Drake Batherson at this moment. Come the re-sign phase, if we got money, I'll bring him back, but he usually prices himself out. The man just wants too much money. I think this team should easily be like a top 5 team in the National Hockey League. If we're not, I could make some moves and improve the roster, but I don't think we're going to have any trouble. This team is a Stanley Cup contender, even though we were a second-round exit literally last season. Ready to go. An extremely strong start, 14-2-1. I love it. Love to see the Red Wings back in action and back to dominating. It's been so long, but right now, the Detroit Red Wings, they look like the best team in hockey. This could very well be one of my greatest records I'll ever have. 34-2 to start the season with the Red Wings. We might be a 60-win hockey team by the end of the season. That is a real possibility at this point. I don't know if I've ever had a better record. 49-9-3 at the trade deadline. That is utter insanity. At this point, I don't even know if I want to bring anybody in. I don't want to mess up with the chemistry that we have here. Seemingly, everything is going okay right now. Vince Dunn's available. Shane Gostisbehere, no thank you. Actually, we kind of do need a defenseman. 87 overall, top 4 D-man. He's got 1 year left on his contract. This is definitely a guy that we can bring in. I don't want to give up a first rounder. If I do, it's not going to be a soon first round pick. Like a 2031, that one would be okay. A first and 2/3. I'm going to get them to retain some salary as well, just to sweeten our end of the proposal a little bit better. They're not comfortable with it. I guess I'll just take the Shane Gostisbehere contract straight up, and they still do not want to go for it. I don't want to add in a second rounder. What about another 2029 third round draft pick? Consider it a done deal. The lone addition to this team, Shane Gostisbehere at an 87 overall, and all of a sudden our decor is looking nasty, as filthy as a mud rat. I made sure to take a picture so it would last longer. I have a feeling we're probably going to fall off after the trade deadline, definitely because I added in somebody to this team. The 59-3 Wings will never be forgotten in NHL 26. The Red Wings just had a historic season, 66-11-5, 137 points. I mean, by far and away the best team in all of hockey. 137 points is crazy. When the next closest was 109 in Colorado, they had a damn good season. It just really did not even marvel what the Red Wings had. Florida was up here. LA had a strong year. Edmonton in the top 5. And at the bottom, it is the Chicago Blackhawks. Bedard and the Hawks, they just can't get out of the basement. Tage Thompson led the way offensively. 52 goals, 119 points. Gordie Howe had 106. Lidstrom with 104. And Lucas Raymond, a brand new career high. The man is going to post up 26 goals, 101 points. A legit superstar in the National Hockey League now. The good news about it is the man is only 25. Zetterberg had 48 goals and 87 points. Caufield was kind of quiet, although he was point per game. And then Pavel Dorofeyev, 37 goals. What an offense here in Detroit. While Chris Osgood went 57-10-4 with 6 shutouts and a 911 save percentage. Devin Levi, you are the next man up. You better be watching. Watch and learn, because I want to have many more seasons exactly like this one. We got Tage Thompson taking home the Art Ross. He had the most points at 119. McDavid and Draisaitl both had 117. Gordie Howe was up there. Crosby, age is just a number, and jail is just a place. Lidstrom was the best defenseman, although Makar had 102 points, not far behind him. Fantilli's finally arrived. Nazem Kadri has exploded, and on the goal side, it will be Kadri leading the way at 55. Howe had 53, Thompson 52, and Sidney Crosby at 50. All these older players have just been absolutely dominating the NHL. A new single season win record, Chris Osgood with 57 wins on the season. He also had 6 shutouts, which was tied for the most. We got an original 6 matchup, the Red Wings up against the Bruins in round number 1. We played this team last season, and David Pastrnak, the man is up to a 97 overall. He's gonna have to carry this forward core. Defensively, McAvoy's a 91, which is nice, but we got Nick Lidstrom. Yeah, I don't really feel a lot of threat from Boston. Swayman's an 89. They got the edge there in goal. Outside of that, they're gonna get destroyed. If not, I'm blaming it on EA. No reason at all the Red Wings should not dominate the Bruins in like a 5-game series at most, and we end up losing game 1 2-1. That's beautiful. Love to see that. Down 2-1 after the first 3 games in the series. It looks like the EA sim engine is not on our side. Luckily, we turned the series around. A 6-game series against the Bruins, and we are moving on yet again to the second round, where we will play the Florida Panthers, a legit juggernaut in the Eastern Conference. This is reminding me of the Cavaliers against the Warriors from the NBA. We got a super team up against a super team. Reinhart, Barkov, Kachuk. That is a great top line. Lundell alongside Samuelskevich and Verhaeghe. Honestly, the depth, I would lean Detroit. They do got a great top line, though. Barkov's a 97 overall. Defensively, kind of even overall. Jones, Ekblad, and Forsling are nice. And then in goal, it is Sergei Bobrovsky at a 92. The man is 38 years old and no signs of slowing down. It is going to be a very tough series for the Red Wings, although we won like, what, 65 games in the regular season? Florida's a legit team. They made it back to the Cup Finals, and we are down 2-0. Luckily, we do get back in the series, winning 2 games on the road. We lose Game 5 and now face elimination. Here we go. Game 6, season on the line. First period, we're down by 1. Carter Verhaeghe. Second period, it is a multiple goal deficit, and the Red Wings offense has completely disappeared as Sergei Bobrovsky is shutting the door for the Panthers right now. Power play, no, do not allow a goal. We go down by 3. This game is good as done. 8 minutes remaining in the third. Can we get any offense on the board? Do not let him pitch a shutout, please. We don't have a lot of time remaining. 2:49 left to play in the third, and we are only down by 1. This Red Wings team can do it. If any team can do it, it is this goddamn Red Wings squad that won like 60 games in the regular season. We cannot go out in the second round yet again. Thompson back to the blue line. Seider takes a shot, and Bob is going to make the save. Sergei Bobrovsky is damn near 40 years old and still at the top of his game. We lose the draw. Barkov against Thompson. Florida's going to break that puck out. Here comes Reinhart. Sam Reinhart into the zone. Over to Kachuk. He's going to wire one. Good save by Osgood. And a breakout by the Red Wings. Go, Caufield. You have the edge. 2-on-1. Cole Caufield over. Finding Thompson. Why is Tage Thompson firing a backhander on net right there? I do not understand that at all. Mo Sizzy. Play back to the line. Seider. Thompson. Somebody got to get that puck. We need that puck badly. 33 seconds to play. We might be done here. Aaron Ekblad into the zone. He's just going to kill the clock. We are fighting against the clock at this point. Reinhart to Forsling. That one's a little bit too high. I called a timeout, and the Red Wings right now with 24 seconds to play. It is not looking good, I'll be honest. Back to Kulikov. He's going to bomb one. Osgood with the save, and he's going to play that puck. Gordie Howe over to Lucas Raymond. Raymond's into the zone. Deking over on a 1-T. It was Cole Caufield who couldn't bury it. Back to the blue line. D to D. Seider to Raymond. Nobody gets a shot on net. And Bob is going to easily cover that puck. I have pulled the goaltender. 8.2 seconds remaining in the third period with our season on the line in Florida. We need this draw. Yes, back to the blue line. D to D. Seider. No! Why is he taking a backhander? Come on, EA. Y'all are not even hiding it at this point. Absolute sacrilege. There's no way. He had so much time and space to move with the puck. All right, Thompson win it. No, Thompson loses the draw, and the Florida Panthers are going to beat the Red Wings in 6 games and move on to the conference finals. It is back-to-back second-round exits for the Wings. Tage Thompson showed up yet again. 7 goals, 17 points. That dude was not the issue. Lidstrom was okay. Zetterberg was all right. We just ran into a better team, I guess. After a historic regular season like that, how can I not be disappointed? I thought for sure we had all the makings of a Stanley Cup champion, especially after that regular season. It is what it is, though. We move on to year number 3, I guess. Well, the Florida Panthers are still good, beating my Edmonton Oilers in a 4-game sweep in the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh, yay. Y'all are riling me up. Florida wins another Stanley Cup. We got the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and the Hart Trophy going to TNT himself, and then Nazem Kadri, the Maurice Richard. Nick Lidstrom is going to win the Norris. We got Gavin McKenna, the Calder, and the Conn Smythe will go to Reinhart, Osgood the Vezina, and the Selke to JT Miller. Captain. The Chicago Blackhawks have just been hand-gifted the draft lottery. P. Shorzy, get ready to speak Chicago. We got Alexander Ovechkin retiring from the league under 1,000 goals. You usually don't see that. Goodbye to Erik Karlsson. Chris Letang is gone. Drew Doughty, Ryan Suter, Ryan McDonough, and the GOAT of all GOATs, Jack Campbell. Back in the NHL entry draft, we are going to select 28th overall. Obviously, the Blackhawks, they're going to get P. Shorzy first overall, franchise high, 92 overall player. That man is going to be a monster alongside Bedsy. Charlie Coyle definitely was a project, but I don't think he really worked out. We can hand him off to the Chicago Blackhawks, get back a draft pick, and then maybe actually have a shot at re-signing Drake Batherson. Absolute no-brainer, 5th round draft pick for Charlie Coyle. I'll take that. I guess it is safe to say this draft class is full of busts. I mean, holy shit. I don't think I've seen that many. We ended up selecting Gwitz, 62 overall, top 9 medium potential. Not really my greatest draft pick. You shoot for the stars and you land on the moon. This man, Drake Batherson, wants $9.5 million. He is out of his goddamn mind. We only have 6.5 2.6 that we can give him. Maybe if we go a lower contract, not really. I don't think we're going to get this man signed. I do not think Drake Batherson is going to be a member of the Red Wings moving forward. Sucks to suck. I'm going to go out on a limb for the Shea guy. I think his last name is Bium. 2.1 mil, 4 seasons, no clause in the contract. That is a very easy one to accept. Gossespierre is another guy that wants a little bit too much money. I'm going to let him walk to free agency. I'm willing to bet we can find better players in free agency to sign besides Drake Batherson and fucking Shane Gossespierre. Not a lot of money to spend in free agency, 4.4, so we're going to have to go out and maybe find a defenseman. I mean, our forward core definitely is a lot better than our D core. I'm looking for a guy that's not asking for a lot. What about Cam Fowler, veteran? 35 years old, either him or Labushkin. Cam Fowler wants less money, so we'll go 2 point. I'm going to lower the contract a little bit. How far can I go? We will go 2.6, 2 years, no clause in the contract for Fowler to join here on the Red Wings. You better goddamn accept. Henrik Zetterberg wants to get paid. I'm going to wait to re-sign him, give him a contract extension. 11.2 is a little bit much for a 28-year-old, although the man is a 91 overall. Not only did Cam Fowler reject my offer, but he ended up signing in Florida, the team that beat us and won the Stanley Cup. That is a 10 out of 10 rage bait by EA Sports. You cannot convince me otherwise. Our top 6 is still absolutely lethal. We got +5 chemistry on both of our top 6 lines. We got Cotter, Kasper, Holmberg. Fourth line isn't really great, although Brandseg Nygaard could maybe grow. The dude is only 21. Defensively, the only weak point is Sandin Pellikka at a 78, but I have a feeling he's going to grow. He's got medium elite potential. It won't be long until he's mid-80s. Lidstrom's a 96, Mo Sizzy 88, and then in goal, Devin Levi's catching up to Chris Osgood. This could be Osgood's final season between the pipes for the Red Wings. The man only has 1 year left on his deal. I'm going to reevaluate where we're at like midway through the regular season. We got some tough decisions to make. A guy like Henrik Zetterberg wanting $11 million is a little bit much. Could potentially trade him for some younger pieces who are signed long-term, and then have Marco Kasper as our second-line center heading into next season. 91 overall, 28 years of age, Zetterberg. The dude is in his prime. I don't know. That is a very tough decision to make. Luckily, I'm the guy doing so. I just don't think a contract extension is that realistic, giving Zetterberg that $11 million price tag. Full no movement clause that definitely hampers us making moves moving forward. And I got to get the Red Wings at least one Stanley Cup, right? I can't bring them back to relevancy without actually winning anything. That would be a joke. I do want to keep Zetterberg because I want us to simulate well early on. So maybe around the trade deadline, maybe in January, December-ish, I can try to look for a trade proposal. Outside of that, we are doing well, 8-2 to start the season. This is a blockbuster deal. We get a defenseman with a medium elite potential, signed for 3 years on his rookie contract. He's already an 81 overall. Will Smith for Henrik Zetterberg, straight up from the San Jose Sharks. They rejected. Nah, the disrespect is insane. I will add in a third and a fourth rounder just to make sure the trade will go through, so we get back a forward and a defenseman for Henrik Zetterberg. The price that you have to pay to win in the National Hockey League. Will Smith will slot in now as our second line center, 89 overall. Pretty similar to what Henrik Zetterberg brought, at least overall wise. The man has, what, 37 points so far in 48 games with San Jose. He should simulate just fine. This Neckar guy, I don't really know. Ooh, he does fit with Simone Edvinsson. I'm gonna go Lidstrom, Seider, Neckar. That name is gonna get me in trouble. Alongside Simone Edvinsson, and then we got Kronwall and Axel Sandin Pellikka. The only issue is the fact that Bium, the guy that I locked up long-term, is not even playing. The contract's not gonna look great. Funny enough, Henrik Zetterberg is on the chopping block at the trade deadline. Dylan Strome's available, Brett Pesce. I don't think we make any moves. As much as I do love Faravari, I'm not going to bring him here to Detroit. We're just going to go ahead and finish the regular season. 52, 26, and 4, a very solid record. Top of the Atlantic Division back-to-back seasons, and only Calgary was better this year, winning 58 games. Dear God, was it Gavin McKenna, I think? I actually don't know who ended up going to Calgary, but they got a damn good roster. Colorado had 49 wins. Philly was up there. New York, Dallas. At the bottom of the NHL, it will be the Boston Bruins. Time to rebuild. Tage Thompson is out here setting career highs year after year. The dude is 30 years old, 60 goals, 132 points. Absolutely crazy. Howe had 131 and 48. Nick Lidstrom with 96. Raymond 94. Dorofeyev. I mean, the offense on Detroit is the best in the National Hockey League. And then Chris Osgood was solid. Only had one shutout, a .914 save percentage, 46 wins. it will probably be Devin Levi next season. Thompson will have one more point than Gordie Howe and win the Art Ross. Nobody was even close to this duo, the most unlikeliest of duos in Gordie Howe and Tage Thompson. On the goal side, TNT will lead the way there as well. Matvei Mishkov at 59, Nylander 57, Shoresy's up there at 49 in only his rookie season. The dude's going to be a monster. Dustin Wolf had the most wins at 49, the most shutouts will go to Bob and Stuart Skinner, both of which had 6. And we have to play the reigning defending champs in the Florida Panthers in round number 1. You can't tell me this ain't rigged. We know their roster, it is very good. They beat us in the postseason last year. They're still rolling out Bennett and Marshy as their third line. Defensively, it is literally, oh my god, they picked up Jackson Lacombe. Are you serious? I thought Lacombe was making like 9 something. He's making 5.1 in this universe, as I think I forgot to give him that contract extension. Therefore, it's going to come back and bite me in the ass here in round 1. Bob's down to a 90. That's some good news. We might actually be able to take him. Oh my god, a 6-game series it was, and we are moving on. We actually beat the Florida Panthers, the reigning defending champs, and now Le Montreal in round number 2. A very young team that honestly at this point are probably really good. We did take Caufield from the roster, so they're definitely hurting on the wing. But Demidov, Suzuki, and Slavkovsky, a damn good top line. Jarrett McCann's their second line center. They got Bolduc with Waugh and Farrell. Kirby Dack is an 86 overall. Defensively, Dobson and Hudson are both 90s. That's going to be a little bit tough. And then Frederick Anderson is their starting goaltender at an 81. Oh my god, the CPU GM was cooking. Said absolutely nobody. So far, so good as we move on to the round number 3, playing the Capitals in the conference finals. The Red Wings might be back, baby. I'm not going to get ahead of myself here, but man, we dummied the Panthers, and then we go to 6 games against Montreal and now Washington. Very interested to see what the roster looks like. No more Alexander Ovechkin, as he already retired. They got Mark Stone, 35 years old, on their top line with Strome and Protas. Alexi Protas is an absolute monster. PLD with McMichael and Leonard. Ryan Leonard was a guy I looked for a trade with Zetterberg, but it didn't go through. I didn't even try to trade for him, but 87 overall young guy. I would have been stupid not to at least explore that opportunity. Defensively, Carlson and Chicky. They got Ferravari with Matt Roy. Arbor Jackey's on the roster. Okay. And then an 87 overall LT between the pipes. Safe to say the Capitals are a very solid team. It is not by accident that they have made the conference finals. We end up winning the first 3 games of the series, and now the Red Wings are 1 win away from potentially playing in the Stanley Cup finals for the first time since 09, I believe. First period, a 1-1 tie. PLD and Cole Caufield. Second period, we go up by 2. Gordie Howe on the power play, and then Lucas Raymond. We only have 19 shots and 3 goals as Connor McMichael makes it a 1-goal game. Chris Osgood, come on, Chris Osgood. Why? Why is that man playing like a prime Connor Hellebuck in the postseason, just giving up goals left, right, and center? 3-1 lead absolutely evaporated before my very eyes. Pontus Holmberg laid stages, and then Pavel Dorofeyev to seal the deal. The Red Wings are moving on to the Cup Finals. Well, to be the best, you have to beat the best, and the Oilers yet again are in the Stanley Cup Finals after sweeping Chicago. This is going to be a monster of a series. It'll be tough. A 99 McDavid alongside a 98 Draisaitl and a 90 Matt Savoy. Fuck me. They got Nuge, who's a little bit washed up right now. Hyman's a 90. Isaac Howard is all the way up to an 88. Their bottom 6 isn't great. They got some leadership in Jonathan Taves, but the man is only a 79. Bouchard up to a 92. Nurse is washed. Ekholm washed. Kulak's not great, but they do have Jake Wallman. And an 85 overall Stuart Foreskin Skinner. A 3-0 lead after the first 3 games. The Wings are on a wagon right now. And that wagon is riding itself to the Stanley Cup. First period, no score. Second period, still no score. Osgood and Skinner both shutting the door, although it might be the defense. Pretty low shooting affair thus far. The shots are starting to pick up in the third. Power play for the Red Wings. Yes, Mason Appleton, 4th line ghost, giving us the lead in the third period. 6 minutes remaining here in game number 4 as Ike Howard will tie the game up, but Lucas Raymond strikes again. We are a minute and 33 away from potentially winning the Stanley Cup. The Red Wings, they're so close, man. So close, it feels like edging. Oh no, back to the blue line. McDavid's gonna wire one. I do not feel confident. Chris Osgood is a small-ass goaltender, and he can easily give something up right now. We got a 1-goal lead, 48 seconds remaining. Let's trap it up a little bit. Let's go conservative and sit back. We're not going to fully trap it up. McDavid in, over, Savoy, shot, blocked, saved by Osgood. And the man is going to cover it up. Defensive zone draw. The Oilers have their empty net now. Oh my God, Ekholm rebound, and there it is. Leon Draisaitl will tie the game up. I should have known that was going to happen. I should have known it was not going to be that easy, and EA was somehow going to screw me in the end. 30 seconds to go here in the third period. Dorfiev to Thompson. Good save by Skinner, though. We were so goddamn close, and now we potentially have to go to overtime. Thompson against Nuge on the draw. TNT. He's going to lose it. No way. To a 36-year-old Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Thompson. Tage. What? Tage? Oh, my God. Tage. Thompson buries it off a broken play out in front, his 12th of the postseason, and that might have just sealed the deal. There's not a lot of time remaining. A legit broken play in the middle that Tage Thompson, I don't even know how he remained with the puck. He passed it over, he got it back, and he put it in the back of the net. Brutal play that actually worked out in the end. Also, Chris Knobloch against his former team in the Oilers. That has to feel good back in Edmonton. Will Smith is leading our team right now. You're telling me the guy I traded Henrik Zetterberg for? 22 seconds to go here in the third. Come on, Detroit, please just get out of the goddamn period and we're Cup champions. Thompson takes a shot. 15 seconds to go. Thompson hard on that forecheck. TNT, oh my God. He is killing the clock in the offensive zone. That is what you love to see. Back to the blue line. We're going to turn it over. 5 seconds. It is not going to matter in the end, as the Red Wings will get it done in year number 3 after trading away Henrik Zetterberg. They are finally back to being Cup champions. Back to the glory days in Detroit, no longer a laughing stock of the Atlantic Division. Made the playoffs 3 years in a row, and the third time was the charm as we got it done in Edmonton in a 4-game sweep. Probably a fashion that nobody really thought would have happened. I definitely did not expect to sweep the Oilers. Will Smith, the guy that we traded Henrik Zetterberg for, ended up being the biggest acquisition of the entire video. The man wins the Conn Smythe. He had 31 points in the postseason, and I look like a goddamn genius trading away Zetterberg for not only Smith, but a young guy of the future, and now a Stanley Cup to my resume here in Detroit. I'm not going to get shot. My home is safe from being burned down, and Captain Nick Lidstrom back in Detroit, back to winning Stanley Cups as the Red Wings do it in season number 3. What a pickup Will Smith was. 7 goals, 31 points, and a Conn Smythe to his resume. Unbelievable. Lucas Raymond had 13 goals and 26 points. Thompson with 12 and 26. Caufield chipped in. Gordie Howe was great. Dorfiev, Lidstrom. This team was just so loaded. And then Chris Osgood. I mean, the dude had an 892 and we still got it done. We got it done despite Chris Osgood. Gordie Howe is going to win the Ted Lindsay, Tage Thompson, the Maurice Richard, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Adam Fox is going to win the Norris. We got the Conn Smythe going to Will Smith. The Vezina to Andrei Vasilevsky, and the Selke will go to Nico Hischier of the Nashville Predators.